Hello everyone, my name is Megan Rebello and I am the person in charge at the Marine Mammal Network Organization Rescue Facility. Today I will be discussing a marine mammal rescue implementation plan that has been put in place from the facility and specifically discussing a recent rescue that we conducted with a juvenile California sea lion, the process that went into that, and lastly, talking about some solutions that could prevent these rescues from being needed. First off, I'd like to discuss why marine mammals are rescued. There are many reasons as to why these marine mammals may be rescued. One specifically is fishing line entanglements. This can be caused by fishermen not properly discarding their fishing line. If these marine mammals are caught up in fishing line under the water, it can cause them to suffocate as they surface to breathe. So it is important that fishing line is discarded properly. Another reason for rescues are vessel strike injuries. This can also be very detrimental and can also be fatal to marine mammal species, as boating incidents can cause rib fractures. It can also cause internal bleeding, organ punctures, and many other issues that can be fatal. Pollution is also an extremely huge problem. Often these marine mammals will ingest plastics, which can cause gastrointestinal problems and can lead to blockages in the body, which can also lead to fatality if not treated. Red tide is also a very problematic rescue reasoning. Red tide is a toxic algae that can cause neurological disorder within the body. It can lead to these animals becoming disoriented, and it can also lead to them starving and becoming lethargic. Mass strandings are also very common, especially in cetaceans who travel in social pods. When one strands, it can be very easy for multiple to strand, especially if they are traveling together. Hook ingestion is also a common rescue reasoning, especially if these marine mammals are following boaters that have bait out. They can be trying to capture the bait and accidentally ingest the hook, which can lead to gastrointestinal problems and intestinal ripping, which can lead to fatality events. The three common species that are seen to be needing rescue are California sea lions, right whales, and longfin pilot whales. Specifically in this video, we will be discussing a juvenile California sea lion that was currently rescued by our facility. Briefly, I wanted to discuss some sea lion facts. They are part of a pinniped group that involves sea lions, seals, and walruses. Their breeding is usually found between Mexico and the Channel Islands. Males migrate far distances to mate with other females, while females will stay with their pups. This can mean that males have a higher chance of human interaction and higher rescue rates. Pups are usually weaned after 1 year, and sexual maturity of California sea lions is between 4 to 5 years of age, but they will not produce reproductive groups until 9 to 12 years of age. To discuss the Marine Mammal Network Organization, we are a rescue, rehab, and release facility located in Southern California. We specialize in rehab of sea lions, seals, and sea otters, but will accept other marine mammals such as small whales and dolphins. We have large fenced-in areas where these sea lions can socialize and can walk and just act like normal sea lions. We also have medical rooms that are used for more critical cases that are needed to be separated from other individuals, and it is also easier to perform medical procedures in these rooms. We also have foraging pools that are used when we throw food into the water and it sinks, and we often do swim tests with these sea lions to see if they are able to forage on their own once they are released back to the wild. We also have enrichment for them. This can be different ice treats or different toys that mimic the environment in the wild that can keep them interested and also learning behaviors that are needed for survival. We have 2 staff veterinarians that are in charge of overseeing all of the medical procedures and also doing initial observations and intake exams. We have 1 vet tech that assists the 2 veterinarians. We also have 1 rehab supervisor that looks over the rehab facility and manages our 8 rehab specialists, which are in charge of daily feeding and training, as well as changing blankets and towels and making sure these sea lions have everything they need. The facility is ran off of grants and donations as it is a nonprofit organization. And the 2 partners that we conduct rescues with are Friends of the Sea Lion Organization and Pacific Marine Mammal Center. Specifically, this juvenile sea lion was found chasing live bait from a fisherman and was also found very lethargic. It was in an extreme high boating traffic area. It became disoriented, and strandings are often considered in many different ways. This can include an animal that is beached on shore, an animal in need of medical assistance, even if moving back to water, and an animal that is disoriented from its natural environment. Some of the things that are needed on rescues are our rescue truck and rescue vessel that are used as transportation, towels and blankets for comfort, first aid kits for if any of our rescuers need anything from that if they get hurt. Dog kennels are used for transportation of these pinnipeds. Large nets can be used to capture the pinnipeds. Life vests just in case for traveling on our rescue vessel. Cameras, stopwatchers, observations, stranding report documents. These are all used to document everything in the stranding. And different things such as sunscreen and water and snacks that are used for our rescuers. This rescue story involved getting the coordinates from the fisherman who we received the call from. This sea lion juvenile was found in the north end of the Anacapa Island in the Channel Islands. We were able to load up our truck and our rescue vessel, including life jackets, dog kennels, gloves, snacks, first aid kits, nets, and towels, were brought onto the boat. The boat was brought into the water and we were able to locate the individual from the coordinates. This individual was very friendly with people, so we were able to grab it and put it into a kennel safely, and it was transported back to our facility. This individual was very malnourished and dehydrated, so we conducted some fluids and vitamins, and we also did a food increase weekly for this individual to gain the proper weight it needed. After a few months, it went through a pre-release evaluation where it was found that it was able to forage on its own and its body condition was greatly improved. We were able to put a satellite tag on this individual to understand its migration and to see if it was still going into high traffic areas. If this individual ended up to be non-releasable, we do have resident animals on our other side of our facility that is open to the public where it would have been moved. So look at the bigger picture. Rehab may not be suitable for all marine mammals. There often can be overflow in rehab facilities where they're not able to take any more rehab patients. They can also be dangerous to capture. So all these need to be considered for rehab facilities, which is why it's important to come up with solutions to limit the rescue demand. One of these can be cutting monofilament line and recycling it so that fishing line entanglements become reduced. Another solution can be analyzing boat strike frequency locations to enforce fines and regulations to these individuals that are going against these codes that are put in place and to reduce boat strike injuries. Boater safety IDs can also be important to make sure that individuals are taking these classes that and recognize what it is to drive a boat safely. And limiting fast fashion purchases that contain plastic synthetic fibers can also be important in everyday life to limit pollution and microplastics in the ocean. And here are my references. Thank you for listening.